Money. We work for it, we stress over it, and we spend our lives chasing it. But if you look closely at a $100 bill, you're looking at a piece of linen cotton blend that costs about 14 cents to manufacture. It has no intrinsic value. You can't eat it, you can't build a house with it, and it won't keep you warm at night. So why does it rule our lives? Welcome to the most complex game ever devised by humanity, the financial system. In the next 20 minutes, we are going to peel back the layers of the global economy. We'll explore how money transitioned from gold to thin air, how banks actually create wealth, and why the system we rely on is both more powerful and more fragile than you've ever been told. To understand where we are going, we have to understand what money is. At its core, money is not an object, it is a social contract. It is a ledger of who owes what to whom. For thousands of years, we anchored this contract to physical things, gold, silver, even seashells. This was the gold standard. It provided a ceiling on how much value could exist. But in 1971, the world changed forever. When Richard Nixon closed the gold window, the world moved to a system of fiat currency. Fiat is Latin for "let it be done." Money became valuable simply because the government said it was. This birthed the era of infinite credit, massive debt, and the modern financial empire. Most people believe that when they put $1,000 into a bank, that money sits in a vault waiting for them. This is a myth. In reality, that $1,000 is a liability for the bank. They want to get rid of it as fast as possible. This brings us to fractional reserve banking. When you deposit that money, the bank is only required to keep a tiny fraction of it, often 10% or even 0% in some jurisdictions, as a reserve. The rest, they lend it out. If you deposit $1,000, the bank lends $900 to someone else to buy a car. That car seller then deposits the $900 into their bank, which then lends $810 to someone else for a credit card balance. Suddenly, your original $1,000 has turned into nearly $3,000 of money in the system. This is the money multiplier effect. It is the engine of global growth, but it is built entirely on trust. If everyone went to the bank to withdraw their money at the same time, a bank run, the system would collapse instantly because the money doesn't actually exist. It's just entries on a digital ledger. But who controls the master ledger? That's the central bank. Whether it's the Federal Reserve in the US or the ECB in Europe, these institutions have the God mode button of the economy. By raising or lowering interest rates, they control the price of money. When rates are low, money is cheap and the economy booms. When inflation gets too high, they raise rates, making money expensive, intentionally slowing down the world to save the currency. It is a delicate, dangerous balancing act. If banks are the heart of finance, the stock market is its nervous system, but the market today is not what it was 50 years ago. It's no longer just about buying a piece of a company and waiting for it to grow. Today, we live in the age of the financialization of everything. We have moved from investing in companies to trading derivatives. A derivative is a contract that derives its value from something else, a stock, a commodity, or even the weather. The size of the global stock market is roughly $100 trillion. But the size of the derivatives market? Estimates range from $600 trillion to over $1 quadrillion. Think about that. The betting market is 10 times larger than the actual global economy. We are trading shadows of shadows. The stock market has become a massive prediction machine. This is why the stock market can go up even when the real economy is struggling. We are currently in the middle of the greatest technological shift in financial history. The era of the suit and tie banker is dying. It's being replaced by the hoodie and code engineer. Fintech has democratized access to the markets, but there's a darker side, the gamification of finance. When trading looks like a video game, the psychological barriers to risk vanish. In 2024, more than 70% of all stock market trades are executed by AI bots, not humans. These algorithms can execute trades before a human can even read the headline. And we cannot talk about the future without mentioning decentralized finance, or DeFi. Bitcoin was a reaction to the 2008 crash, a way to have money without a central authority. While the crypto winter cooled the hype, The underlying technology, blockchain, is here to stay. It's the ultimate challenge to the invisible empire we discussed earlier. Finance is not just about numbers, it is the ultimate weapon of geopolitics. For the last 80 years, the US dollar has been the world's reserve currency. This gives the United States exorbitant privilege. They can print money to pay for their debts, and the rest of the world accepts it because they need dollars to buy oil. But the tides are shifting. Global debt has reached a record $300 trillion. That is more than 300% of global GDP. We are essentially borrowing from the future to pay for today. We are seeing the rise of a multipolar financial world. This is what experts call de-dollarization. If the dollar loses its status, the financial landscape will be unrecognizable. To survive in this era, you must stop being just a consumer of the system and start being an owner. Own assets that grow faster than the central banks can print money. The invisible empire of finance isn't going away. It is simply changing form. Understanding these shifts is the most essential survival skill of the 21st century. Understand the game or be played by it. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe for more explorations. Do you think the current system can last another 50 years? Stay curious. I'll see you in the next one.